Hi, it's Diederik Gelderman here. Welcome and thank you very much for joining me today. What I want to talk about today is communication breakdown and one of the ways in which it can happen. And what I'm going to talk about may really shock you because it has to do with chair heights. Yeah, that's right. When you have a meeting with a colleague, a team member, a client, a customer, and the chair heights are unequal. Now, whether that's a one-on-one meeting or whether that's a group meeting around a boardroom table or a consulting table or something like that, if the chair heights are unequal, there will be a huge decrease in communication outcome because that person on the lower chair height is going to feel inferior and threatened by the person that's on the higher chair height, and will therefore, and I'll use an Australian idiom here, get their back up to some degree and be less willing to communicate openly and end up with an equitable solution. So the chair heights may not deliberately be different, but even if they are accidentally different, the same thing applies. And I see much of that happening where you've got a boss or an owner sitting on a chair on one side of a desk and someone else sitting on a comfortable armchair on the other side of the desk. And typically those chair heights will be lower. That's a big no-no. It will really impede the conversation. So if you can't change those chair heights, then may I suggest that in the corner of your office that you have two comfortable armchairs that are equal height. If that's not possible, then take that colleague or that team member or that client or that customer and take them to a local coffee shop or a bar or a non-alcoholic bar, of course, because you don't want to be drinking on work time, but a non-alcoholic bar or a coffee shop or a little meeting place where the chair heights are equal and have that meeting there. Really, really, really important to maximize your communication outcome is chair heights. And the last thing I'm going to add is if you're in a boardroom situation, wherever and whenever that happens to be, if you're hosting that boardroom situation, go around before everyone else gets there and make sure the chair heights are all the same. Or if you're a participant and you're the first one there, can I suggest that if it's appropriate, you go and do the same thing because that's really going to improve the outcome of that meeting. See you on the next video. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed the tips and the clues and the strategies in this video, and if you're a practice owner or a practice manager or an aspiring practice owner, may I suggest that you go to my website www.turbochargeyourpractice.com and register there to receive my newsletter. And in that, you'll regularly receive more tips, strategies and ways of running and really improving your practice, and they'll be delivered straight to your inbox every week. Bye.